Hey, I heard there's some trivia telling fairies in the library today. I hear that if you look very carefully, you could probably run into one of them. Oh,
Hello! I am a fat fairy, the first of 3 fat fairies who you will encounter on your quest through the library today. My name is Isaac Fairy, and I'm going to tell you that when I was a small child fairy, I used to do chores for my father around the house, in the fairy house. Now, in the late 1880s, children in America had a very similar experience, except instead of chores, they did slave labor in factories and plants for very little money. And by their parents, I mean that they worked for big businesses and the man. They spent all day working alongside adults in very scary environments where they could die. Now I don't know about you, but that makes me a very scared fairy. Ooh. Now, I know if I got tired, I would go into a fairy slumber. But if these children got tired in their factories... Oh my God, I'm going to do this. If these children got tired in their factories, they would get squirted in the face with water. They would not be allowed to go to sleep. Oh, look, a friend! Oh, friend, do tell us some random piece of information.
The first African-American church was established in 1874 in Richmond, Virginia.
That's super interesting. Oh, guess who I see? It's Aaron Fairy. Aaron Fairy. Yay! Hello, Aaron Fairy.
Hey, Isaac Fairy.
This is my friend, and I want you to take him I want you to take him and teach him some super awesome things that you know. Can you do that for me?
Of course I can. Come with me. Did you know, during Prohibition, some towns were so convinced that alcohol was the root of all crime that they actually sold their jails? And did you know that during Prohibition, some temperance activists actually hired scholars to rewrite the Bible to take out certain parts that contain alcoholic beverages? And did you know that bathtub gin got its name from the fact that alcohol, glycerin, juniper juice was mixed in bottles or jugs that was too tall to be filled up in the sink, and they had to use a bathtub tap? And did you know that during Prohibition, the speakeasy got its name because one had to whisper a code word or name through a slot in a locked door to gain admittance? And did you know that some desperate and unfortunate people during Prohibition falsely believed the undrinkable alcohol in antifreeze could be drank if the antifreeze was filtered through a loaf of bread? And did you know that during Prohibition, this led to a boom in the cruise industry? By taking cruises that were advertised as cruises to nowhere, people could legally consume alcohol as soon as they entered international waters. And did you know that although Prohibition was repealed about 76 years ago, there are still hundreds of dry counties across the U.S. today? And, oh shit, did you know that early temperance writers often insisted that because of their high blood alcohol content, habitual drinkers could spontaneously combust or burn to death from the inside? And did you know that Bill McCoy was a bootlegger that was well known for selling quality imported goods, hence the term the real McCoy? And Prohibition made notorious gangster and bootlegger Al Capone $60 million untaxed dollars per year. The average industrial worker's salary was less than $1,000. Wasn't that super interesting? Oh look, friends, let's see if they have something interesting to add.
In 1869, G.H. Hammond, the Chicago meat packer, shipped the first refrigerated rail car from Chicago to Boston.
In 1876, Alexander Graham Bell patented the telephone.
Hello, I'm your fairy.
You guys were super helpful. I'm sorry. And look, just in time, it's Misha Fairy. Misha Fairy, please teach our new friend here. Sorry.
Hello, I'm your fairy, Misha, here to tell you a story. But what story should I possibly tell you that will keep your attention? Sex. See, picture it. New York, 1923. I met a woman by the name of Eleanor. She was a modest woman, honest woman, happy woman, but her life began to be dull and boring. But first, she went to a meeting to hear about... Hold on, pause, stop. We can't? No, go. Hold on. I'm tripping.
Misha Fairy is doing such a good job!
But first she went to a meeting to hear about all these new changes that women were making. They were talking different, walking different, they became different. So she started going to more meetings, and she began to change. Her hair began to get shorter, her dresses were shorter, her boobs began to grow. She became different. She loved the new life. And honestly, she loved the change. So at first, she dedicated her life to changing women of all races, of all colors, and all creeds to become liberated. Okay. Hold on, we're gonna have to do something.
No, we can keep walking. I spy some friends. Let's see what they say. Come, this way. Friends, I see friends.
Hello.
Oh, look, please tell me a fact, friend.
In 1907, in the Ellis Island Reception Center for New Immigrants, the average daily intake of immigrants was around 5,000.
Oh my goodness, that is super interesting.
In 1907, Ellis Island took in over 1 million immigrants.
That was such a superb fact.
Superb facts. Oh, but we can't go any further, for this is a construction zone. And we can't go into construction zones now, can we? So this is going to have to conclude our tour. Let's say goodbye, fairies. Goodbye.